Deep in the Rocky Mountains, a quiet experiment released wolves back into the wild. Scientists hoped their return would balance ecosystems, but nature had far more dramatic plans in store. Wolves hadn't roamed Yellowstone for 70 years, eradicated by hunting and government extermination programs. Without them, elk populations exploded, stripping young trees and collapsing riverbank habitats. In 1995, researchers released 14 wolves from Canada, quietly tagging and tracking their every movement. The media barely noticed, but predators were on the move, and prey species started behaving differently. Elk began avoiding open meadows and stream banks, allowing young willows and aspens to grow again. Beavers returned, building dams from trees that had vanished for decades under elk pressure. The dams slowed rivers, filtered sediment, and created wetlands where fish, frogs, and birds thrived once more. This single change triggered a chain reaction so powerful, scientists called it a trophic cascade. Wolves, by altering behavior, not just bodies, reshaped Yellowstone's geography without lifting a paw. But then something strange happened as wolves began moving outside park boundaries into nearby ranchlands and suburbs. Residents reported livestock deaths and eerie howls drifting through snowy hillsides once quiet for generations. Tensions grew as ranchers demanded action, fearing the return of a predator they thought long gone. Biologists warned that killing wolves again could unravel the entire ecological progress made so far. In some regions, wolves were legally protected, while in others, they were fair game once outside borders. GPS collars showed just how far wolves traveled, covering more than 500 miles in documented cases. One famous wolf, known as OR7, journeyed from Oregon to California and became a national icon. He crossed roads, rivers, and human developments, searching for a mate in fragmented modern America. His survival was part miracle and part testament to how adaptable wolves are despite persecution. But with each new territory explored, new risks emerged, including highways, firearms, and political battles. In some areas, public opinion shifted dramatically as people witnessed nature rebalance before their eyes. Elk numbers dropped to sustainable levels, forests thickened, and riverbanks stopped collapsing into silt-filled channels. Birdsong returned to once silent forests, and wetland species exploded in places wolves had silently passed through. Ecologists began to ask whether similar reintroductions could reverse damage in other parts of the world. Yet rewilding predators always carries risk, especially when their territories overlap with human communities. Some wolves adapted too well, learning to skirt roads and dens near farms for easy prey. Livestock guard dogs became frontline defenders, and remote cameras captured standoffs under moonlit skies. Even hikers began encountering wolf tracks in places they'd never imagined top predators could survive. Meanwhile, the original Yellowstone wolves were thriving, forming packs with complex hierarchies and fierce loyalty. Each pack controlled vast areas, hunted with strategy, and mourned lost members with howls that echoed miles. But not every story ended well, as some wolves were shot on sight after leaving protected zones. Despite setbacks, their population remained stable and showed nature's resilience when given a second chance. The experiment that began with little fanfare had now transformed entire ecosystems and public perception. Today, school children learn about wolf reintroduction as one of conservation's most daring success stories. But the story isn't over, because wolves continue to spread and challenge our ideas of coexistence. New debates ask whether humans can truly share space with powerful predators once nearly erased. And in the shadows of quiet forests, the next generation of wolves is already on the move. We watch from afar, wondering where they'll go next and what balance they might restore. A single decision to bring them back echoed louder than anyone predicted, until it was unstoppable. And now we're just beginning to understand what happens when the wild decides to return.